Thanks for tuning into the Pre-Patch Podcast. Check out these patch notes.
Hey, you know what? We talked a lot about Elden Rings and From Software. How about we talk about the people that remade Demon Souls, not Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Get it
Good
right.
old, good
Get it
old
right.
Bluepoint Games came out and said, "Hey, listen. I know that there's a lot of closures happening and shit's getting shut down, and you haven't heard from us in a little bit, but we are working on our next game." And this is actually it's an original title. It's not Bloodborne.
Which is
So
good. I think Bluepoint needs to flex their chops on something original. I think this will be a good showcase on what Sony is wanting to do with this company. Because initially, whenever they got purchased up, it seemed like they were going to put Bluepoint in charge of like basically be their remake generator,
Yeah.
which has not been the case with the amount of remakes that we've seen out of Sony, and only one of them's been a Bluepoint game. So I'm curious to see what an original game by Bluepoint looks like, because they're very talented in what they do. I will give them that, but I don't know if we haven't seen at least the talent of them to build something from the ground up.
what was the other game other than Demon Souls that they remade? Did they remake something else?
Not since the acquisition, but they're primarily a remake studio. They did the Shadow of the Colossus remake. They did Metal
That's what I
Gear
was thinking.
2 and 3 remakes.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I didn't know
think they did the God of War collection for the PS3. So remakes and remasters is their bag, baby.
Okay. We say this every time, but do you think we're ever gonna get it? Do you think, or not? Maybe not ever. Do you think we're gonna get it this console generation?
No.
You don't think so?
No. If we do get it, it's going to be a launch title with the PS5 Pro. Since it hasn't been announced yet, and the PS5 Pro has, don't think it's coming.
Wait, then when did they announce the PS5 Pro?
Bloodborne.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about? This
They fully announced the PS5 Pro?
I thought they did.
I thought that was all still rumored.
Was that all rumor too?
Yeah, I don't think that they actually confirmed like launch price, any of that kind of stuff.
Okay, no, it's all been analytic reporting. You're right.
Speculation.
Yeah, I think once that comes out, if Bloodborne is not paired with it, then we won't see it until PS6, if we see it. And that could also just be wishful thinking. So,
do you want it?
I know Miyazaki wants it.
Yeah, but
he went in open interview saying that he. Do I want it personally? I want it to come to PC. I could give a shit less about a remake for console.
He's already played it.
Yeah, I've already played it. The only thing, and the reason I think it is coming at some point, is because they never did a PS5 performance upgrade with it like they did a conglomerate of the big PS4 titles, and it's 30 at best frame rate is the only downside with that version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It does run better on a PS5, but it still doesn't hold a stable 30. So,
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, trust me, I want it. I mean,
I want it. I want it because I want to see what the modding community can do with pure Bloodborne assets in the PC frame. I know they've been able to rip some of the assets out of the PS5, but like having pure access to that stuff, I want to see what they can do with it.
Do you think that, okay, minus Elden Ring, do you think that Bloodborne, because it seems like Bloodborne just has this title of like one of, if not the best Souls experiences out. Like why do you think it's fever frenzied over so much?
For me personally, I think it is the most fun to play. I think mechanically, it has the tightest. Well, aside from Sekiro, if you take Sekiro out of the equation, I think gameplay wise, Bloodborne is the coup de grace. I think the tone of the game is perfect. I think the level design outside of it not having the interconnectivity that Dark Souls 1 has, I think it has some of the best level design. And I think the bosses that, like some of the bosses that are the high points of the game, are some of the best bosses that From Software has ever made.
Okay.
That being said, I think honestly its boss design is probably the weakest part of Bloodborne, as blasphemous as that might be to say.
How dare you?
I think its highs are held really high because the top quality of bosses in that game are absolutely exceptional. But there is a ton of shitter bosses in Bloodborne, so
Can't win them all, man.
you can't win them all. But if I had to
Can't win them
throw
all.
a reason out there, I think it's because of tone, fun to play, and yeah, I think it does what it does exceptionally well, and it overshadows the flaws that the game has,
Yeah.
like the frame rate and stuff like that.
I mean, it's just it's because every time I see something, whether it's Bluepoint, whether it's Remake, whether it's From Software, Souls, like it's not only Bloodborne, but it's also Bloodborne 2. And I mean, yeah, I played Bloodborne, I beat Bloodborne, loved it every moment of it. Fucking in-game plus Bloodborne multiple times, loved the fucking every moment of it. So
I think
Did
it's
you
also
love
one of
the
those.
optional bosses though?
no.
I mean, that game is like 60% optional bosses.
Yeah, no, I mean, I 100 like went through everything I possibly could, like ate every
Yeah.
piece of content up for that game. So, no. Okay, all right. Well, on the
That makes a lot of sense.
Wait, what?
It makes a lot of sense
What?
because
Yo, you want to ring the fucking bell again?
No, I'm just thinking. Let me.
What you got for me,
Think quickly. Think quickly. We're
No,
counting now, boys.
It doesn't actually make sense now because we talked early. Did you play the DLC, right?
Played what DLC?
Bloodborne's DLC, or did
Yeah.
you not? You just did the
No,
basic.
no, I played the DLC.
You didn't find getting sucked up by the amygdala being a super fucking obscure way to get into the DLC?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was like. No. Take your back.
Caught in 4K, boys.
I actually do. I think I had to Google how to get into it or whatever else.
Yes.
And figure out how to get into the DLC.
Yes.
At that point, do I can I
what everybody else is gonna have to do for the Elden Ring DLC?
Yeah, it's fucking okay. It's fucking stupid. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, that was okay.
But it was okay with
fine.
Bloodborne, but
It
not
was
for you
okay.
to
It
100%.
was okay for Bloodborne.
No, I'm telling you, it's fucking stupid. I'm just saying that I did everything I could in Bloodborne and enjoyed Bloodborne. I never said that Elden Ring was fucking bad. Jesus Christ! Like, I'm just saying.
Okay,
like,
we can move on.
God damn it.
Thank you for checking out the patch notes. If you enjoyed this small selection from our podcast, come join us every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the full unfiltered pre-patch podcast. And check out our past shows on anchor.fm/prepatch podcast.